Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Carmen Williams, owner of Will See Travels, and I am happy you are here. Whether you're joining us live or watching this recording, thank you for taking a few moments to hear about our incredible South Africa adventure happening in August of 2026. At Will See Travels, I focus on making memories, not just trips. And this is going to be unforgettable. It's a once in a lifetime trip. So, to tell you a little about me, I am a certified travel advisor. I've been helping clients create travel experiences for years. I've learned that travel is about connection to the world, to others, to yourself, and to your friends and family. So I've planned everything from Caribbean getaways to European countries, Mexico, and Africa. But South Africa is truly a destination that captures the heart. It's rich with culture, history, breathtaking landscapes, and experiences that will touch your soul. So picture this. You're standing at the top of Table Mountain, looking out over the sparkling city of Cape Town and the Atlantic Ocean. It's a breathtaking view. You stroll through the V&A waterfront later, or you can enjoy a ferry ride to Robben Island and feel the emotion of walking in Nelson Mandela's footsteps. We tour Cape Town and Johannesburg. And we enjoy a safari where you'll wake up to the sounds of nature, watch elephants gather at the watering hole, and see lions and animals roam freely across the savannah. It's magical, humbling, and absolutely life-changing. One of the things my travelers love most about our group trips is that community that forms along the way. You're not just traveling, you're sharing once in a lifetime experiences with friendly, like-minded people. The last group that I sent to South Africa enjoyed the people, the culture, and experiencing their adventure all together. We'll See Travels and Hungwe Travels takes care of your flights, accommodations, tours, some of your meals, and all private transfers. So you can focus on fun and friendship. You just pack, show up, and enjoy the adventure. To make this journey truly special, I've partnered with Hungwe Travels, an exceptional South Africa-based travel company that specializes in authentic group experiences. Their expertise and local connections ensure that every moment of our trip is rich, seamless, and full of heart. So it is my pleasure to introduce Taff from Hungwe Travels, who will walk us through the details of our itinerary and share what makes this trip so extraordinary. Welcome, Taff.
Thank you for having me, Carmen. And thank you to all the people that choose to visit Africa, especially now as the world opens up. It's truly special, and most of the countries are very welcoming and they love to welcome guests. And it is our pleasure as Hungwe Travel to introduce people to Africa, not only as first-time visitors, but also as repeat visitors. We've been in the travel industry for a little over 30 years now. So it's something that we're very passionate about. And we have an intimate experience of the continent at large. And our team handles your ground experiences from where you'll stay. And from the minute you touch down, we are on standby 24/7 and just to make your experience amazing and seamless so that you can focus on enjoying the experience and making connections with this culture, wildlife, cuisine, and the people of the countries that you visit. I will go through a few examples of what to expect, especially with our collaboration with We'll See Travels. Typically, our guests and group sizes are small, so 10 to average between 10 to 12 people, which allows us to have one-on-one time with our tour guides as well as the experiences that are catered to you. We tend to find that smaller groups allow us to be more focused and give each person the time they deserve to enjoy the trips. In addition, it makes us flexible so that as we're having each tour in each destination, we're able to quickly cater to the group if there are any needs or anything that changes. Before the trip, you mostly correspond with Will See Travel, who also behind the scenes keep us up to date in terms of the size of the group, who's going, and just different nuances that allow us to especially cater to each traveler. They handle most of the front office work in terms of coordinating the group. And then our team is behind the scenes, securing everything else to make your trip special. We'll See also specializes in offering services. So if you'd like something private or unique that meets your own unique needs, they communicate with us to let us know. So for example, if you'd like to have a picnic, we're able a birthday surprise while you're on vacation. Those are things that they can communicate with us to truly make your trip very special and very unique to your needs. And then also during the trip, we do use WhatsApp. So that allows us to create a group chat. So at any point in time, you're receiving alerts and we're very hands-on. So at any point in time, you know where you'll know the experiences you'll be having on each day, as well as receiving real-time alerts if there are any changes. If you decide you'd like to get even something as small as an extra pillow from your hotel while you're enjoying your tour, you don't have to worry about that. You can just throw that message in the group chat, and then our team ensures that by the time you get back to your hotel, everything that you've requested for is available. I'll share a little bit about the airfares. The pricing of the current package includes standard airfares. You do have the options to upgrade if you'd like. And then for an extra cost, we can do that for you, as well as some people like to pre-book their seats, and some of the airlines charge for that. So we do have the capacity to book the flights as well as make any changes and upgrades as needed. And in addition, to go specifically for this trip, flying to South Africa, there are two main options. And those options include United Airlines and Delta, which fly directly into both Johannesburg and Cape Town. So the itinerary that we have has placeholders for the flights. The flight times vary between an hour and a half to 2 hours apart.
Mhm.
But we will share the alternate flights so that at least you can pick which airline works and best suits your needs. This itinerary follows through day by day the different activities, including flights and estimated times of arrival. The itinerary is set up in two sections. One is so the trip is to South Africa, and then there's an optional few extra days to spend in Zimbabwe in Victoria Falls. The package is in that format so that it allows those who maybe have visited Zimbabwe before, if they want to just do South Africa, they can do the first leg of the trip. And then it's always good, even if you've visited before, we still welcome you to come to Zimbabwe and tag on that optional destination while you're there. This will be a unique experience with new friends that you'd have made on this trip. The first section of the itinerary is a recap and a summary of most of the items. So I'll jump straight to the detailed section. On August 21st, that's the date of leaving the United States. So there are two origination points so far: San Francisco connecting in Newark, and then we also have San Francisco connecting in Atlanta. So those are the two options. And that flight is an overnight flight. And the flights from Newark and Atlanta are direct. So if anyone else wants to join this trip from any part of the United States, we're able to accommodate that with a connection in either one of those cities for the direct flight. Both flights range about 14 to 15 hours direct. We have a detailed itinerary that we also share of the actual flight so that you can also see layovers and the connection times. We do tend to, if you're connecting, we tend to pick a wider connection window of at least 3 hours. That allows us to ensure that in case there are any delays, you do not miss the main flight, the direct flight that takes you to South Africa. And then also on the way back, because you'll be entering in the United States from Newark or Atlanta, we give a 3 hour window there so that you have enough time to go through customs, immigration, and recheck in luggage. The 22nd of August would be the arrival. Depending on the time of the year, is at least 6 hours ahead or 7 hours ahead of the US. So when you do arrive on the Saturday, it'll be in the evening. So from Newark and Atlanta, Eastern Standard Time, it's 7 hours ahead during winter and then 6 hours ahead during summer. So when you leave on the 21st, technically you're leaving when it's evening there, like nighttime. So by the time you arrive, it's nighttime the following day. A lot of people ask or they get confused that, okay, we left in the evening and we're arriving in the evening, but it's because of that time difference.
Too confusing, I would imagine.
And then on arrival to Johannesburg will be your port of entry into South Africa. We will have a private driver who will meet and greet you at OR Tambo Airport. And they'll meet the group, make sure that everybody has their luggage and your trip was smooth. And then from there, you'll have a private transfer to the hotel, to the local hotel in Johannesburg. You will be staying at the Maslow Hotel, which is a very popular hotel, five-star dining, and all the amenities that you'd like, a gym, pool, as well as immaculate gardens. And the location is very well situated, close to shopping malls and restaurants. It's a quick drive, like 5 to 10 minute drive to Sandton City, which is a shopping complex. And so you're very close to nightlife and everything else that can also make you feel like a local South African while you're visiting. For this particular group, you have the option to pick sharing or single occupancy rooms. So the hotel does accommodate. If you'd like to share, they do have rooms that have 2 beds, and then they also do have rooms that have queen all the way up to king size rooms. So similar to the flights, if you'd like to upgrade your room, that option also is available for the hotel. The first night when you arrive, since it is in the evening, the hotel would our team in partnership with the hotel will have a welcome dinner to welcome you to South Africa. And we know you've had a long trip and flight. So the welcome before your arrival to South Africa, we would have shared menus so that when you arrive, at least by the time you order, everything is swift and so that you can have at least a decent hour. You can go to bed at a decent hour and get enough rest before your next day starts. The cuisine that you can expect is a wide variety that ranges from Italian, local cuisine that's South African, as well as Asian cuisine. Your first day's meal, when we share the menu, you get to see a little bit of everything that the hotel restaurant offers. And South Africa is very well known for the wines. So you'll also have the opportunity to select any wines and special drinks that you might want to have on arrival. And then the following morning, your day starts pretty early at 7:45 a.m. So we anticipate that if you have breakfast at that time, it gives you time to get acclimated, being in a new country, and also being able to explore the hotel for any amenities that you may need to use while during your stay, like the gym, the pool, and they also do have a spa on site. Our driver will be there to pick you up at 9 a.m. for the first day's tour. This tour is also private, so you will be with the same group of people that you traveled to Johannesburg with. And all our tours are private. So the same driver that you met in at the airport is most likely the same driver that will be with you during the tours so that you get at least consistent service. And then you're also comfortable because it's someone that you know, so you can easily identify them. So the Johannesburg City tour will last probably about 5 hours. And this tour includes an introduction to South Africa and as well as to Johannesburg and introduces you to the vibrant culture as well as the history. A lot of the highlights that you'll see on this first day would be the Apartheid Museum, as well as Soweto, which is the township that Nelson Mandela grew up in. You'll also get to see his home before he was president, as well as see the neighborhood where icons such as Desmond Tutu, Winnie Mandela, and the like all lived. It's within that neighborhood, and till today, it's a beacon of culture as well as history. And while you're there, you'll also get to have lunch in a local restaurant and get a taste and flair for South African cuisine while hearing stories of the different people who've been raised up in Soweto and that were very instrumental in the South Africa we see today. That's a colorful nation and the beacon that Nelson Mandela is and what he did for the country of South Africa.
This concludes episode 1 of South Africa 2026. Later episodes will be released to cover detailed itineraries of Johannesburg, the Safari, Cape Town, and Victoria Falls. Don't forget, a quick deposit will secure your spot on this unforgettable South African adventure. Thank you for listening.